Welcome again to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will try to implement an algorithm to determine if a string has all unique characters or not. So let me explain what I'm going to do, and then I will come up with a few approaches, each more efficient than the previous one, in Python as we go along. Here, assume that the string that I have doesn't have a space character, or even if it does have, there's only one, since I'd consider the second space character to be the duplicate of the first one. Alright, so let's say there is a string like this, DBACAEB. But just looking at it, it's not too late before we realize that there are repeating or non-unique characters like A and B. Alright. The first natural and naive approach would be to use two pointers like this. The first one would start at the first character in the string, while the second one would start traversing from the character after the first, or in this case our current pointer, till the very last character of the string. If at any time the values pointed at by both the pointers become equal, I return false. Just the programmer's way of saying that a string does not contain unique characters. If there are no unique characters in the string with respect to the first character, I would move on to the next character in the string and start checking from the character after that till the end. So over here, in the second iteration, my current pointer will be at B, and the second pointer will start traversing it. And when it reaches the last character, B, since both the pointers are pointing at the same value, I would return false because, there are repeated characters over here. Like this, I will repeat this process till my first pointer reaches the very last character. Obviously, I'll check. So if at any time it would reach a repeated character, it will exit the function because I don't need anything else. So I would return false. If by now I don't get any repeated value, I will return true. That is, my string would contain all unique characters. So let's jump onto my editor. I will obviously create two loops, one nested inside of the other, corresponding to the two pointers. I am creating a method called unique characters, like this, which would take in one string, let's say S. Here are the two nested loop going all the way till the very last character. So I'll write for I in, like this. And then I will create another nested loop for J, like this. Then I will apply an if condition, that is, if at any time the characters become equal, I'd return false. Okay, so for if at any time S of I becomes equal to S of J, I return false, like this. So if this condition is never met, I return true, suggesting that all the characters are unique in the string. Alright, perfect. So our function is ready. So let me check. I will pass in two strings. S1 would be DBACAEB and S2 would be ABIN. So the first one should give me false, while for the second one it should give me true. Alright, perfect. Let's run this. Look at this. Very well, it is working. Perfect. So we solved it. However, this is not the best solution. For starters, due to the presence of a nested loop inside the first one and both the loops iterating over all the characters, the time complexity is O of n squared. Clearly not the best, is it? So the next approach that I propose is, why not first sort all the characters of the string based on their ASCII values? You see, each character that you see on your keyboard has an ASCII value attached to it. So for example, the lowercase a has the value 97, the lowercase b has 98, lowercase c has 99, and so on. So in this approach, you'd iterate through the entire string comparing the adjacent. Okay, first you will sort them, right? So after sorting, your string will become, this string would become something like this thing. Okay, perfect. And then you'd iterate through the entire string comparing the adjacent, more specifically the next adjacent character. If there are any repeated value, the function should return false, else return true. Okay, so anytime there are same adjacent values, that means they're repeated characters, return false. All right. However, if there are no repeated values, all the adjacent characters will be different. So let's implement this. In Python, here in my editor, I'm creating a new function called let's say unique characters 2 for the second approach, which would take one string. All right. First, you'd want to sort the string using the sorted function. All right, like this. S equals sorted as perfect. Then I'm making a for loop to iterate over all the characters in the string. Okay, forgive me if you can see, if you can hear children yelling out there, because they're playing outside. Right, perfect. Let's move on. So I'll create a for loop to iterate over all the characters in the string. Then I'll apply an if condition. If anywhere the next string becomes equal to the current string, return false, indicating the presence of a repeated value. If there's none, return true. Simple. Note that the iteration is happening from the first character to the second last character because of the presence of this condition, this s of I plus 1 character, to avoid any potential out of range error. Now let us test this calling the second function. Let's see. Change the names. Very well. It is working. Perfect. Now the time complexity would depend on the sorting function that is used. Here the sorted function, inbuilt sorted function, uses the timsort, which has the time complexity of n log n. So that would be our time complexity. So we went from O of n squared till O of n log n. Perfect. So in the next video, we will come up with even more efficient techniques where the time complexity is O of n. Till then, cheerio.